any mistake. We will help everyone to improve himself. We are here all to learn, so free to express yourself and feel free to dare to dream, like the theme of today. So to run this meeting, I have a team of people who is going to help me to organize this meeting. So this is how we are going to enjoy this meeting. So we have the table topic master, which I'm going to introduce you in a moment. And also we have the speakers. Tonight we have 2 speakers. And we have the timer. And also we have the general evaluator. We have evaluators who are going to evaluate the speech. And so it's very important for us to keep in mind this paper, because this paper is going to help each and everyone to give a feedback to everyone. Like after the first speech, I'm going to invite you to write things that you think it may help the person to improve his speech. Although you are new, because we think that because we are new, we don't have the authority to evaluate. But even you think that you are new, anything will be important and anything will be helpful for the person who is going to speak. So this paper is going to be important. And so we have, every time I'm going to invite you then to give a feedback on each person who is going to speak. And so to continue this meeting, I will introduce you someone who is going to continue to. The person that I'm going to introduce you is called Danny Ellis. It's the first time that Daniel played the role of the topic master. And Danny is a new member of our club. He's been here just for 3 months, but he's here to dare to dream. So together, let's welcome Danny Ellis.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you very much, Eric. I am the Table Topics Master, which means I will be calling up some people to answer some questions. You'll get 1 to 2 minutes to answer these questions. Now, personally, I really love the Table Topics segment. It's how I introduced myself to this great club. The more I did it, the more I started to feel confident speaking, and not just in this great club, but out and about. I really liked this theme, Dare to Dream. I really, really like it. And you'll see more of that during my speech later on. But Dare to Dream is the theme of my questions today. So, not going to waste any more time. Got my first question. I just need my first answerer. I call up Julian. Julian.
That's my name.
How are you today?
I'm good. That's the question.
No, it's not the question. Julian, the question is, imagine you reach the end of your life. God hands you 2 cards. Who you are if you didn't live to your potential, and everything you could have been. How does that make you feel? 1 to 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that question is a tricky question. This question is a philosophical question. This question is very difficult to answer. First, it assumes that I believe, and assumes right, I believe in God. Secondly, it assumes that I will reach the end of my life and I will be healthy and mentally sane to understand what's going on. God handing me two cards. I'm not sure I will get into that situation. In any case, this question makes me think if I'm living according my values. And what I know is that no matter what happens in the future, I do what I think is right to do at all times. And no regrets, no regrets, no regrets. I try to be an example for my colleagues. I try to be an example for my family. I try to be an example for my kids. And that's for me is enough. I might fail. I will fail, probably. I mean, I'm not perfect. But what I'm sure is that whatever I do it with full purpose. I do it trying to be the best of myself. And you might not like it, don't care. It's your opinion. But I know inside me that I live according to my own values. So if I get to that stage in life where God hands me two cards, I don't need to see any card because I live as I want to live, and I'm happy with that.
Wow, that was amazing. Great example of expressing yourself. If you get called up, express yourself freely. Got a second question? And the next person I'm calling up is Kim. You go, Kim?
No,
Nice.
just throw me in.
How are you doing today? Good.
Muy bien, gracias.
Your question is, what is one of your deepest dreams?
Easy question, unlike the one previous. Easy question. One of my biggest dreams is to own a house in Italy. I got married in Italy 5 years ago this year. Wonderful wedding, if I do say so myself. And I absolutely love the place. We got married on a vineyard up in Tuscany, my husband and I, and had the best day with 35 of our friends on this beautiful vineyard with 2 pools, no one else around because it was a private vineyard, all the food and everything was prepared. The weather could have been a bit better on the day, but we had an amazing time. And ever since then, it's been a dream of mine to have a place in Italy, up in Tuscany, in the hills, not too far from the coast, so I can get there because I enjoy the Cinque Terre as well, which is very beautiful. If you've never been, you really need to go. Cinque Terre, Tuscan coastline. You can walk through the vineyards, coast in front of you, lots of great wine, lots of great seafood. I just love the place. But to get to that dream of owning a house in Italy, I've got to work hard. So I started a new job in January. Yeah, part of my development for career progression is to improve my public speaking. So here I am on my first day, and you've thrown me right in the deep end, like I told you to. So thank you for that. So yeah, here I am improving my public speaking. Hopefully, you'll tell me that by the end of this, and that's just the first step in my dream of owning my house in Italy. I've got to get to the next step in my career, earn enough money to retire early and not have to work again and not have to do public speaking. That would be even better. But for now, I'm here working towards that dream.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Just because I remembered, I forgot to mention at the start, you get 1 to 2 minutes and you will have the cards held up. Green, you have a minute left. Yellow, 30 seconds, and red, time's up. Next person, we've got Alistair. How you doing, Alistair? My question to you, Alistair, is what does the word purpose mean to you?
Oh. Well, it's another deep question. I guess I hope the purpose of me being here is I'll improve my public speaking. I guess. I guess I wish I had more time to prepare for this, so I knew what my purpose was. I guess I guess alongside that. Yeah, maybe if someone else has a purpose to help and throw out some sort of clue or some sort of. What did I have for breakfast? Oh, for breakfast I think I had an omelette. So I guess the purpose for my breakfast for tomorrow could be to improve on that. Yeah, add more ingredients to it, maybe. Anyone else got any other topics for my purpose? Oh, because I'm talking about omelettes and like purposes and yeah. So I basically have to do more of this for work, I've found out, and as you can see, I need to improve on it. So that's why.
What would be the benefit of improving it?
I guess it'd be less embarrassing when I'm stood in front of people and
Yeah.
struggling to come up with more of a purpose. Yeah, yeah. I forget what orange means. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. And red's when I finish, or yeah. Okay. Okay. Another purpose would be to understand the cards better. No. One purpose could be to try and make it through red. 2 red, and I've made it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's a sign to me to make my question a little more straightforward. Eh? Okay, we've got Ash. Let's go. Yeah. What do you think are some of the greatest obstacles or distractions to achieving dreams?
That is another very deep question. Maybe you do need to think about making these a little bit more straightforward. I suppose the biggest obstacles or distractions to achieving your dreams probably depends on you as a person. For me right now, one of my dreams is to improve my public speaking skills, and next door is definitely a distraction in that right now. The fact that this is also my first meeting and the first time that I've stood up in front of people to speak in quite a long time also feels like a bit of an obstacle. I think we get very used to doing presentations and public speaking as part of remote Microsoft Teams calls and Zoom calls now. So standing up in front of all of you does feel a little bit nerve-wracking, I have to say, particularly with the elephants next door. I think the biggest obstacles to achieving your dreams can often be things internal to yourself. So it can be things like self-belief. And I think that is something that obviously plays a big part in your public speaking skills. If you do have strong self-belief and you stand up here and think, I'm confident I can do this, then that goes a long way to be able to achieve those dreams of improving your public speaking skills. If it's something that if your dream is something that you need to obtain qualifications or put time into developing, time the ability to really focus on that development can be a real barrier or a real obstacle to achieving those dreams. And you have to make sure that you have the time, you have the energy, you have the space to be able to focus on those things in order to achieve. So for me, I'm here today and hopefully one step closer to achieving those dreams.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful answer. Can we get Jamie? Go. Yeah, Jamie.
Don't know where to stick this. Is that right?
That'll be fine.
Yeah. I'll just hold it.
Yeah, it's all good. What was a childhood dream, Jamie, and do you still have it?
Okay. So hi everyone, by the way. So a childhood dream for me, really, to be honest with you, was to be a professional golfer. Now, unfortunately, as you're probably all aware, I haven't achieved that. But I still play golf. I still enjoy golf. It's given me, sports gives you, I think, in life, when you train towards something like a sporting achievement, gives you a lot of structure. Definitely given me a lot of structure. Like I still go to the gym, I still run. So I think having that basis as a child and working towards that project has kind of set me in good stead for the rest of my life. And that leaks into a lot of things in life, not just like, say, sporting wise, but in work, because it's given me structure in work. And so, yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah, although I haven't achieved that dream, it's given me a good structure to work towards my future dreams, which is to be successful, which is quite a broad spectrum, I'm aware. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's me. I'm done.
Beautiful answer, Jamie. Helen. Let's go.
Sorry, Stella, that's why I was looking around.
It's all okay. It's all okay. It's all good, Hella. It's all good. Hella, very simple. What is one of your dreams?
Okay. So yes, it's Ella with a H and it's a silent H, so it's Ella. So that's one of my dreams. People pronounce my name correctly. So I think one of my main dreams at the moment is I have two girls, one 9-year-old and one 4-year-old, two daughters. And my dream at the moment is to try to be a better parent for them. They being the girls of the future, being the new generation. I want to, without being self-judgmental, because as a mom, I found out when I first became a mother that we can be very full of guilt, full of self-judgment, and I have stopped striving for being a perfect mom, which I tried to do that before and I didn't succeed. So what I'm trying to do now is to be kind to myself and try to, to understand my daughters, try to make them feel happy. I think happiness is one of the best things that I can give to them, to learn to discover their skills, to be confident, to feel secure. And something that I always say to my daughters is that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, I will always love you. And you always find an ally in me. And I want to build that foundation so they will be able to always have that confidence to turn to me because the world. So yes, that's. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ella. Thank you very much. Beautiful stuff. Ella, nice. Queenie? Let's go. How's it going, Queenie? You all right?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm not bad, thank you for asking. If you could choose one superpower, what would you choose?
To be honest, if I could choose one superpower, I think I'd choose mind reading. For example, next year I'm going to be trying to get a graduate job, and like in the interview, you don't really want to be waiting 2 weeks to see if you've got the job or not. You want to see how they're feeling you out in the interview. You want to see, is this a good candidate? Is she going to be shortlisted? Is she going to the next round? So like in that aspect, I feel like it's really good to like have a power of mind reading to like gauge people's thoughts about you and see their perception about you, because you think one thing, but people could be looking at you in a different angle or like in a different way and have different feelings towards you. So I think that would be a good superpower to have. And if I'm being greedy, I'd choose another one. I'd choose teleporting, because I just like to teleport to like different eras of life. I'd like to go back to the 90s, go back to the 80s, and like go back and see like political figures when they're making big decisions, like how did they actually come up with that? Like what were they thinking? And like, for example, JFK, like I want to see like like how he was always with his mistresses, and like see like if Marilyn Monroe was actually his mistress, and like loads of interesting like theories and like just all these different things. I'd like to go see the real answers, and like not just what reporters is like, right, I want to see the real truth. And for example, like I'm really curious about the death of Michael Jackson, which is just random. Like, did he actually get drugged? Like, I'm just really curious about that kind of stuff, to be honest. So like, yeah, that's another superpower that I'd have. And also like I want to teleport for another thing, is back to when I was born, and to see like the room, like how people were feeling. Were like my parents screaming, were they crying, like were they okay? And like was the nurse like looking at my parents really weird, like are they okay? Like I don't know. I actually don't know what time I was born, so I wouldn't look at the clock and see what time I was actually born, because that's what I'm really curious about, like what time I was actually born. My mum doesn't know. She doesn't care to know, and I don't know what my birth certificate is. So yeah, I'm really curious about that. But yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Very nice. Very interesting. That's very, very interesting. Very interesting as theories and things. Okay. Karim? Got that right. Karen, sorry about that. I read it wrong. How's it going, Karen? You're right.
Okay.
Good stuff. Describe to me a time that you have acted regardless of your fear.
I think to come to this country to relocate is an act that I have to face, because I'm not born here, and I'm from Hong Kong. And so due to the fact that Hong Kong has changed recently, so we feel that we want to live in a freer country with democracy. So together with my family and my children, we are here. It is not easy to relocate, basically because I'm not 18 years old. So basically, and I have been a Toastmaster, by the way. I have been a Toastmaster in Hong Kong. So the fact that the journey in Toastmaster helped me look into my feelings a lot. In fact, I treasure table topics this session, because this is the time when you have no time to think and you are thrown a question to ask me about things. So I would say that with that, I am looking for a new life, which much colder weather, and I have very thin blood. So the first thing I need to be brave is that I would hope that I can bit by bit climatize to this weather and the wind and the rain and everything, and to set up a new life for my children as well. So.
Beautiful answer, Karen. Beautiful answer. Okay, we're down to our last person. May I call Roma to the stage? How you doing? Hey, Roma, my last question to you is, would you rather time travel or explore space, and why?
Which place?
Explore space, the outer space. Would you rather time travel or explore outer space? If you could choose. Would you like a different question?
No.
Okay, go for it. Let's go.
I am here so to improve my public speaking skills to understand. I feel very bad to in front of most of the people. So I understand the knowledge and also I have the fear to speak this in public. So that's why I came here to improve. So it will be, I want to be the good leadership. So that one, right? Without this public speaking skill, so it's not easy to lead us to everyone. So this is obstacle for me. So that's why I'm joining this class. So any question from anyone?
You want to travel in time and be a better leader in the future.
Yes.
What do you want?
Yes. Currently I'm the leader, but it's not through the mobile, through the phone and all, I can talk, but in terms of speaking to everyone, right? So I have a little fear, so to speak, that's why I came here to improve that knowledge. Yes.
So that ask about the time travel. So if you were to travel 10 years ahead right now, what kind of speaker would you be?
10 years back or?
No.
Ahead,
Okay.
2033.
What kind of speaker do you want to be? In 10 years?
Do you want to see yourself speaking in 10 years' time?
Yes.
10 years times.
So you sound like him or him or him?
More than this. I have to improve lots, right? So I have the knowledge, so there's some fear, right? To coming this the Toastmaster Club, so speaking more people outside also, right? I can learn something, right? So anything else from anyone? So because I cannot see if you ask the question, I can answer so that without the right. There is no agenda, right? So, no.
You made your start. Very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Beautiful stuff, everybody. Thank you for your answers in the table topics segment, and I'm going to pass it over back to Eric.
So, thank you so much, Danny. So before we can move on to this second round, I'd like to ask you to give a warm applause to Danny. Also, before we move on, also, I'd like to invite someone who has a burning desire to say something about her role. I set a timer because it's very important that we know when we have a speech, how long we need to speak. So welcome, Radike.
A life unexamined is not worth living, Socrates said. So today you are here to examine your life. What better way to do it by examining your time? That's why I'm here. So there are three colors. There are three colors which will examine how you speak on the stage. There's the green, which means you've qualified as a speaker. You've met the minimum mark, you can go. There's the amber, which means you can go on, you're in the safe spot, you have more to say, go on. Then there's the red, which means you're meeting the limit, 30 seconds more, wrap it up, and tie up your speech. So I'm going to be sitting right here while you're speaking, addressing the audience. Watch me at time to time and see what color I'm showing to you and see if you can reach the green. That means you're done for the day. But you can go further, you can go amber, you can go red. All the best. And dare to dream. Yeah.
So thank you so much, But okay. So now we are going to do a little bit exercise. We all have this paper. So we are going to evaluate the topic. We're going to vote for the topics. So let's write the name of the person that you think. So
Yes. So our timer, name just down names.
When you get your name, please stand up.
The vote is on. The names
Time.
from the top to the bottom, we've got Julian,
Julian.
Kim, Alistair, Ash, Jamie, Ella, Queenie, Karen, and Roman.
I have a right to vote for yourself. So just see at the bottom side of the slip. I just put your name or vote for who you think the best speaker. But they say the topic like you didn't sleep on me. No one left? Yeah. Bottom one.
So as you can see, it's very important to give a feedback to every speaker. So this is a time to encourage one of the speakers that you think is ahead of the speak that you just listen. And
You done?
you don't.
You voting, sir? There we go. You, anyone? There we go. What about you, person?
Thank you. So the theme of today is to dare to dream. Dream is part of our life, and sometimes we have two kinds of dreams. We dream while we are sleeping, and we also dream during the day. And sometimes we forgot our dreams. So we are here to remind ourselves our dreams. It's very important. So the first speaker of today is going to be someone it's the first time to speak, to give a speech. So it's a new member. And I would like to ask you to welcome this person and show the love and show support to this person who's going to perform tonight. So ask you to help me to welcome Lara. So it's one thing in our community, in our club, that we call icebreaker. Icebreaker is our first speech that we give when we become a member. So today, she's going to perform this speech and help her to be stronger. Thank you.
So I just want to start with a quote. Life is a journey full of numerous ups and downs. Just want to welcome everyone, members and guests. And today I want to talk to you about me, because I think I'm probably an expert on me. I want to start off with when I was first born on the 8th of November, 95.
my parents had a little girl called Laraib. I'm Muslim, so Laraib is an Arabic word for no doubt. I think my parents had no doubt I'd be the favorite child. That's probably why. Next came my brother and my sister, and a family of 3 became a family of 5. I'm not only the eldest daughter, but I'm also the eldest granddaughter. My grandparents came here in the 1960s on a boat, which took them 2 weeks to get to the UK from Pakistan. At that time, you didn't have aeroplanes as easily accessible as you do now, so boats were the best form of transportation to this country. They left their whole family behind so that their kids and their grandkids can have a better future in the UK. Their journey and their sacrifice allowed me to be in front of you here today and be a better version of myself than I could probably be somewhere else with fewer opportunities. Through my journey through life, I've had numerous ups and numerous downs, just like anyone else. That's why I'm here today, to go for those downs and improve on those downs. So I've had some ups where I've been able to be so lucky to travel to Edinburgh, to Istanbul, where I've been able to explore different cultures. And I've also had so many downs where I've had to really confront my fears, public speaking being one of them, and we had numerous times where I failed, as we all have, but even when there have been times where I actually thought I had been successful, and having a knockback has really affected my self-confidence. So I think coming here today and being part of this group is what made me put my failures behind me and go forward, and try again. So one of the main goals in my life was to get into university. It's an opportunity my parents didn't have, nor did my grandparents. So I felt like it was one of the things I really wanted for myself and my future, and so we can have a better future together as a family. Education has been such an important thing for immigrant parents and a lot of parents, I guess, but their drive and their push and their determination really pushed me to do better for them rather than myself, because I think we always want to do better for the people that we care about, and in order to do that we have to try and improve ourselves. So I had a lot of hurdles that I had to face, some that aren't the norm, just failing exams. Some of them have been really difficult, but through my failures and through my determination, I was actually able to get into university, and I got into a master's program, which was something like my family didn't even hear about. Thankfully, even though I had a lot of trials and tribulations throughout my degree, I was able to pass the degree and I got a master's degree. I think my experiences through life have shown me that no matter how hard things seem to be, no matter how much you want to crawl up in a little hole and just hide away, it's best to confront your fears head on. And that's why I joined Toastmasters. It's one of the reasons that has driven me to become a member, because I was umming and ahhing, but I think this journey and this, I want to improve. So the best way to improve is to do. So that's why I'm here today as a fellow member, and I hope some of you all join too. Thank you.
So, as we all know, in our club, we all give feedback to every speech that we have. So this is our first speaker. So you can use the first speaker to give your feedback, what you think she can improve in her speech. Thank you.
Tell us what you enjoyed about the speech, what you think she can do better, what are the memorable words she can pick from the speech.
Write it down or?
Yeah, write it down.
Visualize.
Honestly, just the That's right.
On the sleeve, you have the first speaker, so you can use that space.
Feedbacks are very important to make sure that we do my keep going.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster and fellow guests. So now we have our second speaker. So our second speaker is Danny, who just conducts our table topic masters. And Danny is going to speak about dream. So connected to our topic. And Danny has been a while in our member. So let's welcome together Danny. So I invite you to welcome Danny together. Oh.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for your warm welcome. Today's theme means a great deal to me. My dreams are filled with passion. Visions, vivid. I'm graduating in a few months. And to be quite honest, it's filling me with quite an indescribable feeling, fear almost. For I'm facing a significant change in an environment, a new phase of life. Now, as this transition is looming, I feel obliged to reflect on my long-term habits and tendencies, as surely they are my compass. It's clear to me there are some for me to seriously question. Honesty with oneself is crucial, and I have identified that which has been leading me away from the consistency of action and focus that is required to bring dreams to reality. This trap can be found throughout my generation. Routine, instant comfort, programmed into normality from childhood. The young boy lives in a world of comfort, a screen providing everything he craves. Excitement, Netflix. Exploring, YouTube. Entertainment, TikTok and Instagram, as well as other potent, gratifying content on our screens. Stationary and static screen consumption. Instantly gratifying ourselves to whatever extent we feel like in the moment. Now, not to say these platforms individually are bad, however, the comfort and stimulation that has been so easily accessible that our generation have grown accustomed to. Power over myself regarding instinctual fears and reluctances is one of the proudest attributes that I've developed. I vision, publicly speaking, inspiring every man, woman, and child that will listen that fear is not a good enough reason to not move forward. I dream of traveling the world, staying in beautiful surroundings, embracing cultures. I vision of being a leader to men and women, developing leaders, inspiring growth to their best versions. I dream of building assets to achieve the financial freedom to use my time to pursue passions, lifestyle, adventures, helping people in need, not in need, putting smiles on people's faces, spreading positivity into beings. And my deepest one of all, being the man I vision to be. Dreams are desires in your heart. They're sacred. We all have a dream that means something to us. And if you think that you don't, work on personally growing yourself. Your dream will find you. There is a reason I keep seeing mine. I am here delivering this message to Danny as much as I am to you, perhaps more. There is a thief in my generation. He must be identified, controlled. Plan your downtime, both with and without a screen. Prioritize the mission of your dreams. Harness the fear of not being everything you can be. Ladies, gentlemen, and fellow Toastmasters, we are humans living on this tiny floating rock in the middle of endless space. We are here once, and our time will come to an end with a flash of our eyes. Surely you can see two things. Our fellow human beings are what is most valuable. We are truly all each other have. We must take care of each other. And we have a purpose. To fulfill our dreams and adventures. To stand in the face of fear and walk through. I wonder what's behind it. I am Dan Elias. This has been Dreams and Thieves. Thank you for listening.
So thank you so much for this speech. And Anatole found that to accomplish great dreams, we don't have to only dream, but to plan. Not only plan, but believe. And we can see that our last speech really bring us into believing in self. So this is very important that we have to believe in our dreams. So I like to move on to another section of our meeting. And this section is going to be the evaluation of this speech. So you, the second speaker, paper to evaluate so that we can give a feedback to our speaker, to Danny, so that he can learn and improve himself. Thank you so much. Just kindly pass it. Thank you so much for giving this feedback to our speaker. Now let's move to another part, which is very important. We are going to call on some people in this audience to evaluate, to give a general feedback on each speaker. And the first person that I like to call is Mr. Rice. So Rice is going to evaluate Danny's speech.
Good evening, everybody. Fear versus courage. The best thing I liked about Larabe's speech and the biggest achievement is that she managed to actually overcome her fear to get up here on the stage in the first place. Because when I saw her before her speech, she was very, very nervous. I've seen those kind of nerves before, and sometimes they don't end particularly well. But her biggest achievement was she made it to the stage. She brought her speech. She told her story, and she managed to sustain her speech all the way throughout, which again is no small feat, because many people come up here and they just sometimes lose the plot, they forget the speech, they forget what they want to talk about, and the nerves overcome them. But she didn't allow that to happen. She managed to sustain it and kept going all the way through. So well done to Larabe for that. In terms of feedback, for somebody who's an icebreaker, I don't like to give too much feedback, because people who have just done an icebreaker on the start of that journey, where they're just at the beginning, there's a ton of skills they're going to learn, and as they progress through assignments, they will do that. But one of them that I'll give Larabe is that she was very much rooted to the spot, and this is a very, very big sign of people who do have that fear that they don't move, they stay rooted. When you come on this stage, all of this stage is yours. You can use all of it, own it, pace up and down, do whatever you want to do, but the whole of the stage is yours. You don't have to stay in one space. Another one that I noticed that was quite interesting at the beginning is that Larabe had quite a few R's and M's, which we all have a little bit, but funnily enough, as she grew in confidence, they started to go away and her speech became more fluent. It flowed better. That's a really good sign, because that just shows a bit of practice, bit of confidence, and that you're better than you were before. But overall, well done, great start. And as I say, it's only the beginning of a journey, but well done for making the first step. And thank you, Larabe.
So thank you, Rice, for this feedback. I hope that you learn a lot about this and all the feedback that you receive. So now let's move on to the second evaluator. And the person that I'm going to call is one of our elder in this club. So Mr. Paul, Donald is going to evaluate Danny's now.
I don't know if they should take that as a compliment. Right, for that, by the way, I want to call you on stage here. Right. And the winner, by the unanimous decision, and still, the future world champion of Toastmasters, Danny Elias. Let's give a round of applause. Please take a seat, chum. Well, in case you didn't know, my fellow Toastmasters, the honored guest, Danny Elias is not only a great speaker, but also a great boxer. And now, by using this time, I want to make an analogy. Because he put on a great performance in the space of 5 to 7 minutes, telling us about dreams and thieves. Wow. What the title. One thing that I always look for when it comes to the opening is the conflict. Because the audience always wants to hear the conflict in the story. And Danny gave us a great opening by telling us about this conflict between being in the comfort zone versus constantly trying to improve himself, trying to achieve his goals and dreams that he set for himself right from the start. Now, within his speech, he had a clear opening, he had a clear main body, and the conclusion. And that's what I loved about it, because the audience wants to be clear with what's happening within his speech. And once again, just like in boxing, you want to have a clear 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Throw like a hook here, throw like a punch here. And that's what Danny did. Now, talking about his body language. Some of you might have noticed how elegantly Danny was using pauses, right? How he was able to keep the room on their toes, but just taking a deep breath in, taking his time, finding his rhythm again, and coming back in the ring to fight. Now, one thing I wanted to say, when you use your stage, Danny, don't forget, just like in boxing, the most important thing is your leg work, right? So when you box, just like you give your speech, I want you to make sure that you use the full range of this stage, right? When you go to the right, maybe come here, come closer to your audience, have that interaction with them, then move over to the left side, come closer. No one stops you from going even all the way to the back, right? Use your stage, use your ring, because this is your opportunity to shine. Another point I wanted to convey over to you as a way to improve your speech is having that clear takeaway message that you can use to sort of educate your audience, because I felt like your speech was quite informative. So at the end, I wanted to know what was that one thing that you wanted us to remember from your speech. So with that being said, I just want to say, keep coming, keep speaking, and for sure, one day you will find yourself on the international stage of the world as a champion. Thank you.
Seals. So thank you so much, Paul, for the energy. So we all learn from your energy. So now let's welcome another person, very important person, who is one of the founder of this club. Let's come together to welcome Julia.
Congrats. I will give a short evaluation of everyone who spoke in table topics. And the first one was Julian, over there. That guy, for once, tried to answer the questions. The good thing about table topics is that it's the moment to speak. Doesn't matter if you answer the question or no. It's your time to speak for up to 2 minutes. This guy, for once, tried to answer the question. but he was unprepared. Now, let's move to Kim. Kim used a fantastic tool, the personal story. I'm pretty sure that you agree with me that 5 years ago, that day, the 35 people in Italy got drunk, very drunk, because they were in a vineyard. It was a vineyard. It was a vineyard. Yes, we got it. But actually, you came across very natural, very full of energy, and I like that. I think you have a future here or outside here, speaking in public. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Alistair, I like your cowboy pose, saying, bring it to me. No, actually, I have to compliment because you were in distress, but you stood your pose. You stay here. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Never mind. And that's the most important thing, to be able to stand in front of an audience of people that you have never met before for 2 minutes. Congratulations. As was the next Ashley, sorry, because Ash is the short on the label. She spoke very naturally, very composed, despite the barbarians upstairs. But anyway, you did well, and you say, look, this is crazy, but you came across very well. One thing, somebody's gonna give me a kick for this later, probably, but one thing that I would like to recommend you is that you have beautiful blue eyes, but you never look at me, not only once. And I'm here. You know, the point is you have an audience here. Give your love to everybody. Jimmy, golfer Jimmy, I have to say that it's the fourth time you come here, and you are becoming very natural here. You feel yourself more comfortable. Now, because you've been 3 times here already, I'm gonna give you a bit of a stick. And is that, well, actually true. The hands on the microphone. You were so natural, but if you have a microphone, clip it on your clothes and then move your hands if you want. And another is the way you finish. Have a go at the YouTube channels, check yourself and see if you could do better with that finish. Ella, personal history. You know what? I don't care what you told about. I want to know more about those girls. I want to know why you were the perfect mother, or you tried to be the perfect mother and you failed. You gave a lot of theory, no practice. Tell our history. Well, no, our history, your history. That's what we are after. Queenie, superpower, mind reader. You don't want to know what I'm thinking. But I will tell you. Your pace is furious, fast and furious. I like it. Your tongue wipes like incredible. Now, one thing that, because I think you are quite good at this, I want you to think about the amount of likes you do. Like. That stops your rhythm. But anyway, you come across very natural, very powerful. I really like it. Karen, another one. She's an expert. Toastmasters. Victoria Toastmasters is called the club, maybe? Synergy. Okay. What you did was with the microphone in your hand, try to clip it on your clothes so you can free your hands. And I think you were very politically correct. I flew from Hong Kong. You could have said what the misery of flying from Hong Kong, coming here to this weather, what you left there, how you can come back or not come back. Tell us that history, because so many people today in the UK and in Manchester in particular have the same background. Many of us are not even aware of that. That is who you are, whether you like it or no. So share it and spread your point of view. And finally, and Robert, you are a brave man. You are a very brave man. You stood here and you say, who do you want to be like? Like this one, like this one? No, not at all. And you stood here for 2 minutes Seriously, that's the first step to become a really good speaker. Everyone, well done.
Wow, it's always a pleasure to listen to Julia feedback. So now I like to call on the timer. So now she's going to give a feedback about how you use your time in your speech. Thank you so much.
Time is great for none, right? So I sat here today and heard each of you speak and watched your time. And I showed you some colors and you saw it. The good part is all of you made it. You got it. Yeah, first time speakers, I guess we are 50% first time speakers. It's fantastic. There is a spectrum. You see, when you're a first time speaker or a beginner, you struggle to reach the green. But when you're an advanced speaker, you struggle to miss the red. I saw somebody who balanced it. I saw somebody reach the red and made it. And I saw somebody who reached the green and made it. So let's see how we did. Each of you, if you want to know your timing, I can give it to you because it's important. The more you start speaking, the more you start recording yourself and practicing how you speak. Watch your time because your message has to be crisp within the time, which means you're getting advanced in your speaking level, right? Because we all struggle to find words and repeat our sentences because we think we haven't made our message. But sometimes keeping it crisp within time really helps you examine your message and keep it solid, right? Unfortunately, there was one defaulter, and I think you know who it is, who got excited with the boxing match in the ring. 5 seconds overtime, or else you would have made it. No. Julian, you were spot on. You were 5 minutes 29 seconds. 1 second more and you wouldn't have made it. So that's the balance you strike between Paul and Julian where you want to be so that you can make it within time. I will not give out the report to the rest of the people. I think I want to congratulate all of you for coming here and making it and daring the game.
So, fellow Toastmaster, as we are moving toward the end of our night, let's welcome somebody, the person who's in charge of our club, our president. Hola. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I think we enjoyed ourselves. Yes. But the meeting is not yet over. Trust me, it's not over. The meeting started at some point. I will have somebody who has been monitoring every aspect of this meeting, who's going to evaluate the whole meeting. So I dare not miss him. Please, on stage, Julian, the general evaluator.
It's me again. I don't usually do so many roles, but today is the day.
Today is the lucky day.
Now, I will give you a short overview of how I think the meeting went. Now, you might agree with me or you might disagree with me. This is my opinion, so do not feel offended if I say something that you don't agree with. And if you want to discuss, we can discuss later. All right, let's start. The president came here, include everybody, and did something that we don't usually do here, and is stand up and make us stand up and say our name and something how we feel today. I think this is a really good icebreaker and helps the people to feel at ease, especially when we don't have large numbers like today. Also, I love that you include our newest member, Lorraine, and you got her and we gave all a round of applause. I think that works very well. And she could sell the club. I joined because A, B, and C. That's good, always. Now, the Toastmasters, Eric, first time here. How do you feel? Nervous, nervous, nervous. We could see. I mean, it's the first time. He's been here for a couple of months only. And what you have done, hats off. Not everybody does it. Now, I would like you that next time you do this role, you do it better even better. And one piece of advice I want to give you is that transitions have to be sweet and swift. Very quick, ping, 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 ping. Don't tell us your life. Your goal here in this meeting is to make this lovely lady smile. This lovely lady smile. This guy is very ugly, but smile as well. Because when they smile, they feel at ease, and the speaker feel at ease. Also, we clap a lot, or we try at least. You are the leader on the clapping. You have to ensure that everybody claps, because the more noise we do, this will be afraid. Ooh, who are these barbarians? No, but the person speaking feels better. And that's one thing that I think this night we run a bit sort of clapping. Now, Timer, she's an experienced Toastmaster, as you might have suspected. She moves naturally. She speaks beautifully. What can I say? Very well done. And I like the fact that you pick on that guy speaking over time. And you pick on that guy speaking just on time. Now, what else do I have? All right, yes, evaluators. Brace. Brace as well, you have a very natural style. You move a lot. One thing is that you have the microphone in your hand. And I'm not sure how good this microphone is when you grab it. Have to watch the video later, or better you watch it. Try to clip it to your clothes. It's not so difficult, seriously, trust me. But I have to say that you have come a quite long way. And the more you come here, the more natural you come. And seriously, it's delightful to hear to you. Then we have Paul, very strong voice. He's very bombastic. Yes, it is. But it's good. That's a good way. That's a good way. Don't get it wrong. Now, your pace is good, but I'm going to give you some carrots. No, some sticks. Hand grasping. You should be now over it. You are confident enough. Think where your hands are. Some point, several times during your speech or during your evaluation, you were hand grasping. But the thing that struck me the most is, and maybe Andre can help me to understand, what is the future of world champion of Toastmasters? Do you know what is that? It's the future. Yeah, it's the future. But I understand why I think you try to say the world champion of public speaking. I don't know. Whenever you use this sentence, I always get confused, and I do not understand fully what you mean. Anyway, this is a petty thing you to think about. Overall, I have to say that, oh, also, I forget, the table topics evaluator, who was Julian. That guy did something that you guys, when you are doing the role of table topics evaluators, should take into account. First, speak within your time. And secondly, give some positive and something to improve to the people you are speaking. Of course, there were a lot of new or first-timers coming here, and I've been told to restrain myself and not to give honest feedback. Now, my point is that if I give honest feedback, people appreciate it, because for whichever reason in life, we don't get that honest feedback. Now, receiving that feedback from a stranger sometimes can be a bit too much. But anyway, what I want to say here is that here in this club, we speak in front of public and we are honest and give feedback to the people putting or exposing himself or herself in front of us, because that's how we improve. And that's me. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. And that's the general evaluator for the day. But we all came here to improve our public speaking skills, right? Yes. And before we leave, we're also going to be having someone who's going to come on stage for 3 to 5 minutes to tell us how can we improve our public speaking skills. So get get ready to take some notes, jot something down, and improve. So join your hands together as I welcome on stage, Andrew. He's an experienced Toastmaster, so want to tap from his experience so we can have one or two things to take home and keep being better speakers. Over to you.
Thank you. Hello. Yes, we shake hands, as we usually do. Right, just gonna fix this one else. Oof. What a speech I'm supposed to give you. I'll start with few little things. This young lady, what do you think we need to do to improve our public speaking? Practice, excellence. That gentleman at the back, yes, you. What do you think we need to do to improve our public speaking? Just one thing. Express our feelings, excellence. This young lady in here, what do we need to do to improve our public speaking?
Take other people's feedback when they're watching you.
Take other people's feedback when watching it. When Ola asked me to do the little speech to this amazing club and just give you tips, that's what I think about we could do to improve our public speaking. The only thing that came into my mind, apart from finding Toastmasters Club, apart from practicing, expressing our feelings, or getting some feedback from experienced Toastmasters, is just one thing. You just find the club with Irish dancing next door. Once you have it, and once you've done it, many other challenges in your life will be nothing. No, truly, if you think your first time in a club, as it happened with me years and years ago, about 5 years, I joined the Toastmaster Club in Manchester. And I sat like you thinking, oh, please just don't call my name. Don't call my name. And when your name is called first time, called first time, and quite a few ladies first time, when you stand here and you get that additional environment that's supposed to bring you down, but it doesn't. It makes you stronger. It helps you in other things of your life. And I'm just thinking back, I wish I had something like that in my club. That's really good selling points. And overall, trying to come up with the magical formula that could help every one of us to improve our public speaking is asking other people what they think. Of course, that's important. But to me personally, when I joined Toastmasters, I joined exactly like you are all, improve public speaking. And then I realized there were much more into it. There were evaluations. I could take evaluation role and try to improve it. I could speak off the cuff, table topics, or there are competitions. And this gentleman in this club, he's the winner, and he was at the district. Third place in the districts in the championship of public speaking. So that number of little things, little steps we all can do. And personally, to me, apart from having a badge, there are badges as well. You can get one probably from this club or somewhere else. And when you go out on Friday nights, in your local place, having a beer, and you put a badge in here, it's like, oh, what is that here? Oh, it's public speaking badge. Member of Toastmasters International. And boom, you have a conversation starter. Even though with my Ukrainian accent, I become a center of attention. I love it. Woo! At the same time, the most important thing, if I had to pick one that helped me to improve my public speaking skills, perhaps it will be valuable to you as well, is when you hang out with people who want the same thing as you are, the environment, when you all learn from each other, when you have more experienced members of the club or less experienced members of the club, it all creates the synergy. It creates that environment when you really enjoy and you have that experience that you want to take home or in the pub and say, look, I just been there, I've done it. and little step by step, taking evaluation by evaluation and expressing our feelings, you will start enjoying it. And that feeling, you know, when you tremble a bit, it still happens with me after so many years. When Ola called me and said, can you do the speech? I said, yes, I can. And they were, oh no, why? Oh, how? And I'm here speaking with my Ukrainian accents and my little badge that I'm gonna wear in the pub as well. All those little things help us. The most important one, hang out with the like-minded people. That certainly helps. Back to you, President.
I believe we've been able to learn or tap one or two things from what he has expressed. And today we can leave this room with an action of confidence within ourselves that we are being better speakers. But I need to respect the fact that I've not heard some voice in this room. That's impossible. We're all here to improve. So my lady, you know I'm going to call you. I love that smile. There you go. It would be unfair if you come to the inside this room and you don't say a word or step on the stage. It should be unfair, right, Kim? So, no. Anything tonight?
Yeah, I think it's been really good. I actually really enjoyed it. So a lot of useful information. Been wanting to learn public speaking, but I only came across it a few weeks ago, well, a few months ago, sorry, with work. My American company mentioned Toastmasters. So what's that? And then I was like, oh, wow, you can go somewhere where for like meet with people and just learn to speak publicly. And I thought, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'm here. So yeah. I know there's another club though, it's only Manchester, so I don't know.
In Manchester, we have 5 different clubs,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
have a right to visit as many different clubs as you want as a guest.
Okay.
So have you had a good time?
I have, yeah, it's been really good. And it's been nice to see you all speak. So thank you. Yeah.
Good. And we can also listen to you speak
Yeah.
too. Boom. I won't be partial. There's still one lovely gentleman. He has not said a word tonight. And it's going to be unfair. Please come to the stage, mister. How does it feel to be on the stage right now?
I have to say, I think you really need, because like this lady, I thought I got off the book and I need to relax and you for calling me to the stage. So so in fact my heart is racing a little bit.
You kind of put the ground, sorry.
It was mentioned the other Toastmaster Club. So last week Radhika and me visited that club.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting to see the different vibe between that club and this one. And I'm not gonna lie, I like this one better. I'm gonna explain to you why. So what you see at the other club is confident guys acting like they're really strong and perfect. What I see here is people that have the courage to show their nerves and to show their weaknesses. And that to me is what strength is really about.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And because you just shared that, because that's so don't go. That's so insightful, and that has really touched our hearts as members of this club. On behalf of members of Manchester Communicators Club, Toastmasters Club, we're presenting this to you. Thank you. So back to the business. Are we enjoying ourselves? Good. We all had a table topic session, right? Whereby every guest, most guests came on stage to speak, and we all had to vote. Can you remember that? Some people's minds are racing now. So we all voted, and we have the best table topic speaker for the night. Are you ready to know the winner? Are you ready? I hope you can read my mind so I can tell you the winner ahead. Drum roll. Pictures, paparazzi, drum roll. And the winner for tonight's table topic segment is, he or she is is Winnie. Congratulations. She was able to read into our mind. So this is for you on behalf of our club. You won't go. How do you feel?
And I'm a business student as well, so I thought this would help me. And I'm surprised I wouldn't, to be honest, because everyone else had really good speeches, but this is the start of a new journey for me, so I hope to see you guys more often. And thank you.
Like you all have experienced and see today, this is a place whereby we want all ourselves to be vulnerable. We want to come here to express ourselves in respect of your strengths, your weakness, and feel free to say anything in your own world and don't feel like anybody's going to judge you. That is the beauty of a space like this. And that is what Manchester Communicators Toastmasters Club tend to offer us at any time. So before this meeting comes to an end, we all know the drill. All the first-time guests, please step to the stage. I always like to see the faces, the beautiful, lovely faces. Right, first time, please step to the stage. This is where I want to know your expectations, if you fulfilled it. Where's the mic again? Is this on? So, for this first time, I thank you all so much for coming. Yeah. So what we're going to do is just a question. What's your takeaway from tonight? And are you still coming back?
I'm definitely going to come back. I've really enjoyed tonight. I think my takeaway from tonight is the point around being able to show your vulnerabilities and being able to show that although you are nervous, you can overcome that. So that is something that I'm going to take away from tonight. Thank you very much.
Good.
So when you asked me at the start of the evening what my expectations were, what I was hoping to get from tonight, I said I was curious, and my curiosity is definitely satisfied now. I will definitely be back. And I think my takeaway is feel the fear and do it anyway. Yes.
Thank you. So I think for me, my takeaway is going to be to prepare some talking points, maybe for next time I come here, so I don't stand up and just freeze, and work on my stance as well. So yeah, but yeah, I will be coming back.
I think everyone in the room's like got different careers, and despite of that, I think confidence is the most precious thing to have. So I think starting this journey to just having the confidence to speak to different people help, and I'll definitely be coming back.
Yeah, for me, I think it's been nice to be in a safe space and see that we can be vulnerable and sort of then improve ourselves. And I think that's amazing. And it's been really fun. Everyone's got a lovely energy in here. And so thank you to add that, definitely.
Already said a little bit just now. Yeah, definitely gonna come back. You know, I have to confess that I do presentations at work, and that's all fine, but my big thing is to prepare. And the scary bit is to come up here and not be prepared. So I'm gonna go for a table topic next time.
Yeah, definitely I will come back. So I have to practice more this one. So practice and express our whatever I'm thinking instead of the specific topic. So I have to express ourselves to practice so more than so we'll make it.
So yeah, thank you. It's been a great experience. Hopefully I will come back, and very good use of my time. So again, I really like the networking. Yeah, thank you.
My takeaway is concluded by Andrew, is the right name, that if you want to be stronger, go to a noisy environment like tonight. So, and apart from getting the rhythm outside, I think I also enjoy the rhythm in this club, which is very good, and a very jolly group. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming, and you can have your sit back. I'm glad all our guests have had a great time, and I'm definitely certain we, the members, have also had a good time, especially our icebreaker lady for tonight. You okay? You're gonna sleep well tonight, right? You need to understand, over the weekend, she was like, am I gonna be able to give the speech? She was scared. And today you did a marvelous job. So please, can we jam our hands together and give that? At exactly 10 minutes past 8, we'll be putting in motion to put the meeting to a close. The meeting is now closed.